Okay, so back here again for a second round here. We were talking a little bit about companies and how we look at them and how they're structured. What did we learn about centralization and decentralization? Decentralized companies are more agile, right? They actually have the ability to be closer to the customer and be more effective at listening to the customer's communications. Therefore, when we have decision making at the street level versus back at the Ivory Palace or the corporate office, we can be quicker and more effective, but it has to be done the right way or it's expensive. We don't want to duplicate a bunch of resources, but we want to be effective. And here's where the real rubber meets the road. Okay? Every employee has to provide a value. There's some metric. They have to contribute to the bottom line somewhere. Okay? So when we're looking at centralization versus decentralization, hey, if we're looking at salespeople being decentralized, that's not so hard to pay for and is quite palatable. All right? Not so bad at all. But when we're looking at a bunch of overhead and company resources being used to support personnel, we have to be really, really, really judicial about how we do that. So if we have duplicating resources like applications engineering people in the country that we're selling, but we also have a whole team of them back in the US, we really need to have a good reason that we're doing that way, because we're duplicating our resources, right? So that becomes very important. And one of the things that we didn't see happening with companies like Apex is they weren't designing the systems for accountability and responsibility very well, and they just were not too tight to what? Their finances. Okay? All right, couple quick questions here. All right. Run through a couple of these here that we were talking about. So one of the things that was discussed in the book was we talked about goals and objectives and measurements. Take a look at that, understand what that's about. When we deploy our employees' goals and objectives every year, we have a system called MBO, Management by Objectives, right? That's a very common system that we use. Today they're using that in conjunction with another system called 360 Evaluation, where we go and talk to all the people that you talk to so we understand how you're relating and working interactively with other people. Okay? So it's not just about the goals, it's how you're working with other people and getting along in the sandbox. All right? And you can be yourself at work all you want. Just make sure you're doing it in a way that's not offending everybody, and you'll be okay. All right? So, know what the words efficiency and effectiveness are. Right? Those are the two biggest words used in business, man. Are you efficient? Are you effective? Just had a conference call today with a business leader in a hospital. They got a team of MBAs, and it's really funny. They lose sight of what's efficient, what's effective, what grounds their decision making and goal making. Cracks me up. All right. So we talked about internal versus external analysis. Understand what those things are. I was hitting on it a little bit when I told you a little bit about Arberg, the company I work for from Germany. Awesome company. Internally, looking at their strengths. Their weakness was really a little bit about customization, remember? Their opportunities, they're taking advantage of 3D printing. They are inventing additive manufacturing right now. They are doing that. They are amazing, amazing company. tucked away in the Black Forest of Germany. They took 3D printing right to a whole nother level because they're doing it with steel. They're doing it with steel and complex plastics now. So they're doing additive manufacturing. They can create a 3D model and create a steel part with it within a couple hours. Interesting. One of the other things that's coming up that I want you to pay attention to is using microchips in human bodies. So amazing what can be done here. Take a look at what's going on in Sweden. For all you guys that are buying stock, watch. This is going to be a huge lesson for product development and for marketing, for stock, for all things business, to watch this new industry now take shape. Yeah, it's creepy and it can be used the wrong way. I've watched all the movies too, but it's really cool. Because think about this. What if you had a criminal that, you know, by law was able to be set free? Would it be infringing on his rights to be able to always know where he's at? I don't know. My first response is, I don't know. If you're a repeat offender to a point where you've repeatedly have committed a felony, or you're maybe a pedophile or something like that, having the ability to know where one of those guys is at all the time might not be a bad thing. I don't know. But the point is that this is going to take off. They're already using it in Sweden to like a credit card and like a driver's license. So this is a whole new industry that's coming online, and it'll be here within the next 10 years. It will. Very cool. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave you guys with that. That's 2 of them for the night. Next week, I'm out quite a bit. I'll check in, but I'm going to be on vacation in northern Michigan, semi. So if you need something, I'll always answer the emails. Just give me, I won't be responding in 30 seconds like I normally do. Okay, but I will get back to you by the end of the day. Just give me a 24-hour window there. All right. All right. And this weekend off to boat racing, so I'll be fairly offline. All right. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.